Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Steelbook Obsessed, and I have a very fun live stream to show you tonight. We're going over March's Steelbook releases, and it's a bit of a funky month, a bit of like a restructuring of Steelbooks, if you will. Let me kind of explain here. Let's show you the tier list that we have to work with today. Here it is in all its glory. And as you can see right here, there are some new ones. There are some reissues. I thought I would just go over everything that's being released here. I put Dread on here twice too. Don't worry about that. I'll rank it the same. But something fun about having multiple Steelbooks or maybe reissues of Steelbooks is that I have a bunch of them. So this might be a good opportunity to see firsthand when I show you which ones you should pick up for yourself. Here are all the ones that I have to show. And spoilers, I have 18 of the 26 coming out here. And if you do the math, that means some of these are the new releases I will be talking about. Some of these are the reissues that will be out. It's just going to be a fun time. Let's start this train a-rolling. Let's bring this tier list back up. And the first one we got to talk about is one of my favorite Steelbooks that I own, folks. And that is going to be American Psycho. The one that really kicked off my swapping slipcovers videos, if you've seen them. I love doing it. I put Patrick Bateman's face over a lot of different Steelbooks. One of my favorites. You got it out here. And this sold out very quickly. I'm very happy that Lionsgate and Walmart are reissuing this sucker. People have been asking for it ever since it sold out so quickly a couple years ago. Here is the front and the back. And there is something different about this version as well. Let me show you. It's going to be the discs. In the original version, it came out with a 4K and Blu-ray, but the discs are just what they used for their standard releases. You got the classic business card right there. Here is the slipcover. And if you did not know, if you can see right there, it says, "Feed me a stray cat." Can you see that? Yeah, you can kind of see that printed out in the background. There are just so many little hidden fun tidbits on Steelbook releases from Lionsgate. And I will say, this is a first pressing of American Psycho, but I do not see a first pressing on the spine. They must have done that after they released this one, which is very bizarre. But let's see if I can do some sleuthing here really quick. I'll show you my sleuthing so you're not just looking at me sleuth, huh? Let's go over here. Let's look up. I'm really hoping that they will have the American Psycho, whole bunch of kids. That's amazing. Okay. Do they show the discs on here? I really hope they do. $25 is not a bad price. They do. Okay, so the discs, as you can see, are different. They have Paul Allen, Patrick Bateman. They have like business card aesthetics on the discs, which kind of makes me want to get it again. The inside, I don't think the inside of mine is his face. Let me look. Because I don't think it is. Yeah, inside of mine, it's just blank. So it's interesting. It's a reissue, but they still did some things different to it. In my opinion, all the differences are for the better. When you thought you could make an amazing Steelbook even more amazing. Am I right? So, with that being said, I'm going to go and I'm going to share the tier list. It was already amazing and they made it even more amazing. Yes, American Psycho far and away is going to that amazing S tier, people. No question about it. You see all these Steelbooks that we have to go over? Oh my goodness. This month of March, I'm so excited for people who are just getting into collecting Steelbooks, for people who like collecting physical media and don't really know what a Steelbook is, which there are those people out there. And I'm very happy that Walmart has not only Steelbook sections in a lot of their stores. Starting in the month of March, they are bringing a lot of end caps to retail. And they look amazing. On the top, it says Steelbooks, media wrapped in metal. You can see it from a mile away walking into the entertainment section. It stands out. I love the way it looks. I hope it gets more people into Steelbooks. We got a few people in the chat as well. Let's kind of throw up some comments here. Madam Web is a box office flop. Over on my Instagram channel, I did show off the Madam Web Steelbook. That sucker is very polarizing. Either you love it or you hate it. Should I throw that up there right now? Maybe I will. Let me you know what? Let's do it. Screw it. It's not part of the plan, but we're doing it. Let's go back in here, click on this one, and we are going to type in Madam Web. MADAME Web Steelbook. Let's see if it's up here anywhere. There it is. Look at that sucker. What do you think about that? I wonder if it's any bigger if I click on Reddit. Reddit's always scary. You never know what's going to happen here. Yeah, what do you guys think? Very interested to hear your thoughts on the Madam Web Steelbook. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, okay, it's minimalistic. They're really going for something here, and I like how drastically vague the Steelbook is. There's a lot of white on here, but I don't hate it as much as I did when I first looked at it. This post for me is doing I think it already has like 300 likes, and it's only been up for 3 hours. So yeah, very, very polarizing movie, very polarizing Steelbook. I love to see it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hugs to Legendary Me. How's it going? It's going good. It's going good, man. The slipcover for American Psycho fits amazingly over, yes, all the Mexifunk Steelbooks. Yes, there's a line that Mexifunk did, the Day of the Dead line. They fit like a glove, and I love to do it. Okay, try swapping American Psycho. Yes, I need to. I've not done that combo yet, and yeah, I will get to that for sure. You also think it looks basic, 4 out of 10. I'm probably at like a 6.5. When I first looked at it, it was a 4. I kind of want to see what the back looks like on it too. I don't know. I think it could grow on me. What's up, everybody? Did I get a hold of Creepshow Steelbook, or did you order any of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space bundles from Shout? The Steelbook only has 30. Wow, it's already selling out. No, oh my God. Oh, what? What? Number one, it wasn't officially announced until today, right? And it's already almost sold out. That's nuts. I love the artwork. It looks amazing. I did not get Creepshow. I'm not the biggest fan of Creepshow, but Killer Clowns from Outer Space is like one of my favorite B movies of all time. I kind of, is it going to sell out while I'm going live? I don't want to buy it when I'm live because that's weird. But after the live, I'm going to try to snag myself a copy because I have 3 different copies of Killer Clowns from Outer Space on Blu-ray. None of them are 4K. This is one of the rare upgrades that I'll do from Blu-ray to 4K just because I like the movie so much, and I think there's a lot of color pops and flares that can really stand out with the higher definition. And that Steelbook looks so damn good. It looks amazing, man. But let's see here. Let's continue to go down some Steelbooks here. And the next Steelbook that I have to show off is another re-release. And it's one of the re-releases that I don't have. Killer Clown Steelbook sold out already. Oh no. You got the Steelbook and the double slipcover for $80. That's Shout Factory nowadays. I was excited. Are there any new special features on it? Honestly, I have not. I drove home. I fed my kids. I spent time with them. I have not looked to even see if there's new special features on this sucker. I'm hoping there are. The Blu-ray was released by Arrow Video. I was excited about Scream Factory coming out with it, and it's already sold out. That was fast. I wonder how many Steelbooks they made, and I wonder if they have time to make a second pressing before this even gets released. It's coming out in May. It's possible. They could definitely do it. I'm hoping they do it. For the love of God, please do it, Shout Studios. Jesus, that sold out fast. Number one, congratulations for having a product that a lot of people want. But please support that demand. Including me. I did literally, it was up for 2 hours and it's gone. That's sad. That makes me sad. You get a live reaction, folks. I hate it. I hate it, man. The power of physical media demand. Slay. Yes, I know. It is what it is, and hopefully it goes back in stock. It might. There's still time. It's still in the pre-order phase. I can see it. I can see it coming back. But let's get back on track. Okay. Let's go to another Walmart exclusive. A lot of these are going to be Walmart exclusives. Walmart is really stepping up to the table to make sure that people are getting their Steelbook fix, and I 1,000% appreciate it. Okay, let's go back to Madam Web here, and I will go back a tab and go to Walmart. Here we go. The next one we have is Creature from the Black Lagoon. I have this one. I didn't pull it though. Alex Ross did an amazing line of Universal Monster Steelbooks. Here is one, except originally they were in Blu-ray. So at least this includes the 4K, which is nice to see. This artwork is amazing. Jaw dropping. I picked the Steelbook up at Best Buy when they were selling all of them for $9.99. Now it's on 4K for $26.96. I like the way the Steelbook looks. I like the way the whole line looks. It's weird that they are only going with Creature from the Black Lagoon. I don't know why they wouldn't have done. I feel like Dracula is more popular. Frankenstein is more popular. Creature is a stretch, but I really like the design of this one a lot. I like the design of a lot of these Alex Ross ones a lot. So for me, personally, I am going to put Creature from the Black Lagoon. I'm doing amazing. I really think that artwork is very strong. With a lot of these re-releases, you're going to see a lot of amazings on the board. Spoilers, sorry, not sorry. You should be very happy, especially if you haven't gotten your hands on a lot of these yet. Next one, we'll just keep on going down the line. We got a lot to talk about. Let's waste no more time and talk about Dread. I do have Dread. I was able to get my hands on Dread on the first pressing here. Speaking of Mexi Funk, amazing artwork that he put on right here. If you haven't listened to my podcast I did with him on Boutique Talk, you should. We talked for 2 hours about a lot of these releases I'm going to talk about today. So here is Dread. Get the slipcover off here. Here's the front. I am the law on the back. There's a nice pan, a nice one-shot image. It looks so nice. On the inside, I love the disc artwork that they put on here too. I still have my Best Buy sticker, so I'll always know. Does this one have first? This one doesn't have first pressing either. I wonder when Lionsgate started doing that. And on the back, or on the inside, I mean, you kind of get the same image as the 4K disc, but again, just the imagery on here, very strong. And I don't know if you've seen Dread or if you haven't. If you have seen it, you should definitely buy it. If you haven't seen it, this is like one of the best blind buys you can do, especially if you are an action film junkie. If you've seen The Raid Redemption, this is pretty much the American version of that. It's still like someone going from the bottom of a high-rise apartment building to the top and fighting their way through a whole bunch of baddies. So, for the reasons that I said, again, I really like this Dread Steelbook. Lionsgate always knocks it out of the park. We're going S tier again, and I have it in here a second time. This is the only one that I duped up, but Dread, doubly amazing. Every single one of these is a banger. But now here's one that is new to the marketplace. Kickboxer. And lucky for you, I was able to get my hands on Kickboxer early. I know it comes out tomorrow, but I'm still able to show you it firsthand now. There's a lot of these that are still like new that I'm able to show off, which is very cool to say, very cool to see. Speaking of seeing, Jean-Claude Van Damme in Kickboxer. I have not seen Kickboxer. This is a movie that my dad watched a ton when I was a kid. And you know those movies that people in your family watch and they watch them so much, you're just like, I don't want to fucking watch this. I do not want to watch this. This was this movie for me. But enough time has passed to where I haven't seen an image of this movie in 15, 20 years. And I need to. I feel like this is a must. There's the front and back. Here's the inside. I love the original poster artwork on here. The imagery on the discs, I wish were a little bit different than they were on the front cover, but at least it's something. On the back here, there's nothing. It's just all black, so I'm not going to show you anything there. Um, Honestly, I think there's a lot of like real estate that is left unwritten. Like I feel like he could have put something in this image right here. It just feels a little bit empty on the back. I love the original poster artwork, man. I think that is great. But for ranking wise, going back to the tier list, I think I'm going to give Kickboxer a good. I think it's like right in the middle of it's. I don't think it's not good. I think it's. I think it's okay. I think if you like the movie, it'll do enough justice to it. But for me, a person that hasn't seen the movie, it's just doing it. It's just doing a good for me. And I will say that when I unboxed this, this one does have the first pressing, which is interesting because normally Lionsgate they put the slipcovers on here. I don't know why Kickboxer didn't get the slipcover treatment. It's a little interesting. I think it could have added some nice booms and bams and touches of flair. But for right now, it's staying at a good. It's not bad. It's good. It's good. Let's go through some of the comments again. Walmart is doing its part indeed. Oh, yes. Oh, my bad. Okay, it's still in stock. Are there still like 50 left? I'm assuming we're talking about Killer Clowns. I need to get through this live stream so I can get myself a copy. I'm really hoping it doesn't sell out. The numbers for Dune 2 are increasing in a very positive direction. So Dune Messiah is definitely happening. Yeah, I absolutely. And I saw Dune 2 over the weekend. I wasn't a big fan of Dune Part 1. Dune Part 2 is definitely a better movie. I think I watched 1 and 2 in the same day. And I think that helped my enjoyment level of 2 a lot more. Like that last hour of Dune Part 2. That is like what you go to the movies to see. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of character development. The characters, like the 5.5 hours of storytelling that you have to watch through between 1 and 2, they crescendo perfectly in that last hour. The character dominoes just fall over in the most perfect way. I absolutely loved it. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Dread is criminally underrated, 9.5 out of 10. Yes, it is a very, very good. You just bought the Dread Steelbook and it's a blind buy for me. Yes, good. I love doing blind buys, but you never know when they're going to bite you in the ass. And I don't think you will not like Dread. Dread is such a fun time. It has some imagery that is still not really duplicated to this day. And that's saying something because it was revolutionary when I saw it. This came out in 2010, 2011, 2010, somewhere around there. All I'll say is slow-mo. It's good. It's so good. But the real question, will this next Steelbook be good or will it be bad? The next one that I have to talk about is another one that I get to show off to you. Very cool. Very Lionsgate heavy this month, the month of March. For me, that's phenomenal. I'm very excited about it. And this is also a movie that I owned already, but not in Steelbook form. Lionsgate is coming out, re-releasing a lot of their Vestron video titles. One title that they're doing, the first one they did was Maximum Overdrive. Another title that they are doing this with, Little Frickin' Monsters. I love this movie. I grew up with this movie. We got the Fred Savage. We got the Howie Mandel. You would never know that the monster is Howie Mandel unless you know the monster is Howie Mandel. The makeup is phenomenal. Here's a shot of the front and back cover right here. I think it's pretty strong. I think the front cover is doing a lot of the heavy lifting on here. The back is okay. The back is okay. I like how clean and crispy the inside is. Very white, very, I don't know, just very clean. It doesn't have all of the poster, but this is pretty much what the original poster was. It just doesn't have the Little Monsters font, the wording. But I like this release quite a bit. And for me, having the Vestron movie, the Vestron video titles not have slipcovers, that's fine. As long as all of them don't have slipcovers. I'm hoping that one does not include one. So they've had Little Monsters and they had Maximum Overdrive. I really enjoyed the artwork on the Maximum Overdrive one. For Little Monsters, we are going to go with very good for me. I think it's strong. If the back had a little bit more to it, it might sneak its way into amazing territory, but this is a very solid, very good Steelbook for me. But as you can see, the next one is another Vestron video title, which is very, Very cool to see. I hope I have probably 12, 15-ish of the Vestron video titles. I'm hoping that every single movie gets a Steelbook because I would much rather collect them on Steelbook than, I mean, the Blu-rays are great. The slipcovers are great and classy, but I'm a Steelbook guy. If you re-release all of them on Steelbook, I'm going to be a very happy camper. This is another one that I have already. All the ones that they decided to re-release on Steelbook, I owned. But this Steelbook, folks, for shivers, dear God. The first thing that really caught my eye when I opened this, you can see like the different dimension. Like it's not embossed or anything, but you can see the texture pops, can't you? On the water spots. It looks so good in person. I don't know if that catches on camera, but it looks great. Something that does look great on camera, though. The front and back cover. Look how clean that is. I am a sucker for simplistic yet stunning imagery. This is that for me. This is hauntingly beautiful for an image. I love it. And on the inside, the original poster art. And I know it's the same image on here, but it's a little different because here you get the whole face. Here you just get half the face. It's the same, but it's different. I like this release quite a bit. In fact, I think this imagery on this Steelbook is now my favorite in the Vestron video line. And Shivers is going up to amazing. We have a lot of amazings this month, folks. Get the frick excited. I know I'm very excited. I think all of these, except for Creature, which I have, but I can't. It's back there somewhere. I've shown all of them off. This is the first one that I'm not going to be able to show off because I don't have it. It's a new Steelbook. I don't have this in my collection at all. And that is a dang shame because I remember watching this movie when I was in college with my girlfriend who is now my wife, and we loved it. Is that how you spell Amelie? How do you spell Amelie? A-M-E-L-I-E. There we go. A-M-E-L-I-E. Amelie. Steelbook. And this, once it pops up, is the imagery that I remember having on the DVD that we watched. Amelie. Sony comes out with some very bizarre Steelbook releases for their movies. I really, really wish that this would have gotten a 4K release. It's only a Blu-ray, and at least for right now, they're charging $40.99, which cannot be the case. It really can't. This imagery is the original poster artwork. It's doing, I don't know, I feel like that's very strong imagery. I don't know what the back looks like. I don't know what the inside looks like. We're only going off the original poster artwork. But for me personally, that is going to go into the very good territory. I think it's strong enough with a lot of Sony's other Steelbooks that they've been putting out. The backs look great. The inside, it can either look gorgeous or have absolutely nothing inside of it. If there's nothing inside of it, it might drop down to good. I'm just very happy that I finally get this movie on Blu-ray in my collection on a great looking Steelbook. A very good looking Steelbook. Let's see here. Do we have any new comments that we have? Collector Movie Man, how's it going? The Little Monsters title inside is under the disc. Is it really? Let me check. I didn't take this one out of the disc. I thought it was just blank. I have to see. Oh, okay. That's good. That looks, doesn't that look freaking great? Okay. Thank you very much. Squeak619. Is that like Squeak from Basketball? It's not, but I wish it was. Okay, that's very cool. That makes me want to just like show it off without the disc even in there. Amelie, whoa, it's a shocking revelation. It is. I mean, this movie to me doesn't get talked about ever anymore. And I feel like when I was in college, it kind of did. And that was only like 15 years ago. So I'm very excited to have Amelie as a Steelbook. I think it's great. The next title we're going to talk about, though, is one that comes out next week. But Warner Brothers and Walmart were nice enough to give it to me early. I just opened this up today. Here is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Again, you can see like the reflection in Momoa. It looks nice. I wish the title was debossed. I think that would have added a lot. It could have looked like it was like cracking through the ice. And unfortunately, it's just kind of it's there. I guess you could say that about the movie too. It's there. You know, I've heard very middling things about this movie. I did like the first one though. So I am excited to watch the second one. I am dying to have some sort of embossing, debossing in this sucker. And there's just not a lot to be had. Here's what the discs look like. 4K and Blu-ray. It's weird how these discs are like see-through, is it not? There's the 4K. Here is the Blu-ray. And the reason why I'm popping both these out is because I do like the image on the inside. It's Jason Momoa looking all types of menacing. I think that's a very strong image. The strongest out of anything that's on this Steelbook, if I'm being honest. For me, kind of a letdown of a Steelbook. The front is okay. The inside is okay. The back is pretty bland. I am probably going to have to give this Aquaman release bordering into not good territory. Like good, not good. If there was like a middle ground, I would do that. I think the inside saves it, and I'm going to put it in good. I think the inside does a lot for this for me. It might not for you. It does for me, though. Next up here, we have another re-release, this time from Paramount. This is a title that I have already, so I got to show this one off to you again. This one is for a movie I still haven't watched, even though it's in my collection. The Steelbook looks cool, though. It's for Dragon Slayer. It's weird how, I don't know, I still don't know how I feel about Steelbooks being in regular cardboard slipcovers instead of the plastic ones that Lionsgate kind of made famous on Steelbooks. The imagery is very cool on this entire Steelbook. I will say that. You pop this sucker open. It also comes with a J card. Very, very weird choice. Normally, when you have Steelbooks, these are left out. But here is the image on the Steelbook. It looks great. I think this looks really, really freaking good, man. There's the back with just the dragon's eyeball. You can kind of see some pops in there. And on the inside, black disc, which is just very boring. Put artwork on your discs. It does not take a lot of work at all. And on the inside, you get some text. In the Dark Ages, magic was a weapon. Love was a mystery. Adventure was everywhere. And dragons were real. Dragon Slayer. I'm not the biggest dragon guy, so I have not watched this yet. I've heard the transfer looks phenomenal. Very odd and random release from Paramount. Very odd and random to re-release, too. I don't know if a lot of people are foaming at the mouth to have Dragon Slayer in their collection, but if you are, you can get your hands on it again. So that's a good. For me, the Steelbook does a lot of the heavy lifting here. I think this is a very good Steelbook. I think it's a very solid looking Steelbook. The inside's a little bland. There's no disc artwork. The front and back cover are great. Maybe, I don't know. I wish it was a plastic slipcover still. We've talked about this. And the next one we have to talk about is another Paramount title, which has a plastic slipcover. So it's weird that how they keep on going back and forth with this. But here's a Steelbook that I absolutely love. And a movie that is batshit crazy. Event Horizon. If you have not seen this, I can't recommend it as hard as I'm recommending Dread. But if you're a big horror fan and you want to sprinkle in some sci-fi with that horror, you can't go wrong with Event Horizon. Paul W.S. Anderson's best movie. Like, it's not even close. This has some imagery that you will never forget in here. I love the slipcover here. And the back does not look bad either. It's got the ship coming out of an eyeball on the other side. Very good. Very, very good stuff here. So here's the front and back. If you open it up, we just have two eyeballs like this. Did that look cool? Probably not. There are the eyeballs on the inside. We have, again, blank discs on the 4K, boring on the Blu-ray. The inside, not too shabby. Not too shabby. This is one of those releases that the disc artwork doesn't completely ruin it for me because everything else in this release is so dang strong. This is an example to me of a steelbook that deserves to get re-released, because if you did not get your hands on this one, I think it's one that's well deserved. I think the transfer on here is pretty dang strong. I am giving Event Horizon an amazing recommendation. Anything that's up here on amazing, I highly recommend you having in your collection. If you don't have it, they're all good. Event Horizon movies, I guess I don't know. I've never seen Shivers, like I said, but all of these other movies on here are pretty dang solid too. So if you're doing any blind buys, there's a good chance that you'll like them. And the packaging, I know that you will like. The next one that we have is another Lionsgate Steelbook. This is a movie that, if you haven't seen, great blind buy material here. This is Hell or High Water. Great movie, great looking steelbook. On the slipcover, it's Jeff Bridges' face, panned from left to right, with Jeff Bridges on the sunglasses on the back cover. Here you have Chris Pine, Ben Foster. I love me some Ben Foster. You pull it open and you have some gorgeous artwork on here. Like some of the best artwork Lionsgate has put on a steelbook, in my opinion. I can't remember the artist. I know it's I can't remember the artist's name off the top of my head. I can't even remember what it's like. Russian, I think. I want to say that's the nationality. But here is a slow pan of the front and back cover. Just some gorgeous imagery here. On the inside, we have more gorgeousness on the discs. Look at that, folks. I can't remember. I think the inside is just like, yeah, it's just grass. But it's not bad. Like it. If you've seen the movie, this is kind of the vibe that it goes with towards the ending of the movie. Did I go too fast there? There we go. I enjoyed this movie. I'm glad that it got re-released both on Steelbook and just like having this on 4K in a plain 4K slip and case is whatever. But having this Steelbook for Hell or High Water, a movie that is so good, have a Steelbook that is equally as good, makes me a very happy man. And if you don't have this one in your collection, this is like, yeah, I can recommend that to just about anybody. This is an amazing. At the very end of this, once I get everything up here, I will rate them from best to least best. And this one's going to be really hard because a lot of these re-releases are like some of my favorite steelbooks that have come out in the past couple of years. So yeah, it should be fun to see me squirm and try to figure out which ones I like over other ones. Let's see here. Next up, we have another Lionsgate. And it's another really good Lionsgate. Imagine that. The movie is okay. I think the third act of this movie really does a lot of the heavy lifting for me for this movie. Hacksaw Ridge. A lot of the times, or not a lot of the time, sometimes Lionsgate slipcovers can get in their own way of the gorgeous artwork that's on the inside. This, I don't think does. It does just enough to show you what you're about to see when you open the sucker up. Because when you do, you get some amazingly realistic imagery here. There's the front. This is another one that pans for a full shot, left to right, like so. On the inside, we have disc artwork. It's the same artwork, just one is red and one is not. There we go. I have my Best Buy sticker in here. Andrew Garfield all over the place on this release. This is one where I'm on the fence of amazing and very good for the ranking. And I still don't know where I'm going to go. Like, I don't want to just like put it in very good because I have so many amazing on here. I think this is a very strong, stellar release. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go amazing, but it's a coin flip. And the movie itself, I can't remember if I gave it a 3 or 3.5 out of 5, but it's okay. Like the third act where everything goes wrong is amazing to watch, and it's still like in my memory banks. And I can't say that personally about a lot of movies. So there's something to that third act of Hacksaw Ridge. The Steelbook is good. The Steelbook is good. Next up here, here's another new release Steelbook. This one I do not have. So let's go to walmart.com and show you exactly what it is. Rick and Morty. Season 7, right? Yeah, season 7. I have all of the Rick and Morty seasons on Blu-ray. I have all the ones that came out on Steelbook. Here is what the season 7 Steelbook looks like. It's better than season 6. Season 6 was boring. The only reason why I got that, I want to say on hamiltonbook.com or walmart.com or somewhere like that, it was $15. And I think $15 for a season of Rick and Morty is worth the price of admission. Here is the front. God, if I remember correctly, the back was nothing to sneeze at either. The back was just whatever. This isn't the back. This is the slip cover. I wonder if I can find the back here. Let me look for a little bit because I know that I found it already. Rick and Morty, season 7 Steelbook. Images. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Sorry, I shouldn't have not shared here. Here is this. It's just a portal opening up, kind of. I don't know. Better than season 6, but season 6 I would probably give like an awful to. I hated the design of that Steelbook. I feel like for me, for this Rick and Morty, I am probably, it's going to be good. It's fine. It gets the job done. It doesn't excite me like it used to. I feel like you can say that about Rick and Morty just a lot. Like the first 3-4 seasons were solid. Just like any animated sitcom, it runs out of ideas quick. I don't know. It just doesn't hit the same. Maybe I've changed. Who knows? You can change when you watch something. The product, you can sometimes go downhill. Whole bunch of factors. This next movie, let's see if I can spell this one right too. I couldn't spell Amelie. Let's see if I can spell I think it's Sezume. There we go. Sezume. No? Oh boy. This is not going to come up, is it? Hey, Suzume. That's because I spelled it wrong. There we go, Jacob. It's anime. So if you know me, you know I know nothing about anime. Suzumi. So sue me. Here is the front cover of Suzumi. Here's the back cover. It looks gorgeous. I will say that. The imagery on here is great. It looks like we have some original artwork, which again, for me, goes a long way. Some nice from Crunchyroll. Good to know. There's a better shot of the front. I mean, looks, stop zooming. It looks like a strong image. That looks sharp as all get out. The back looks good. Don't know what the inside looks like, though. It's given a lot of pops. And even though I'm not the biggest anime fan, I feel like someone who is will love this. will love this Steelbook. Might not be my jam, but if I was into anime, I think this would be like a very good selection. I think the imagery that they chose on there is strong. The colors pop like crazy. There's original artwork on the disc. There it is. And I'm glad that someone else thought the Sosumi thing was was funny. Suzumi is amazing tier for me. Both key poster artworks on the front and back, very good. See somebody who knows what the IP actually is, thinks it's amazing. That's great. I think it's a very strong release for sure. What's my favorite opening scene? Dear God. That's one of those that I would have to think about for a very, very long time. I don't have an answer off the top of my head. Sorry, man. Andrew Garfield's most amazing performance. He paid tribute to Desmond Doss perfectly. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Just the first, I don't know, the first two-thirds I felt like moved very slow, but maybe that made the third act just that much more powerful and jarring, I guess you could say. Okay. Next up, let's go to a steelbook that I have. I think this one didn't get talked about enough when it got originally released, so I'm glad that it's getting a re-release. That is Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Running Man. Again, it's another steelbook with a cardboard cover. Not the biggest fan of these. I like to have the plastic slip covers. But the inside here, there's no denying that they went with an art style, and I think it hits more than it misses. I think that's pretty dang strong, simplistic. There's the back. Here's the front and back cover right there. I'll do a slow zoom for you. And the inside has a very nice scene of Arnold and Richard Dawson. Love seeing Richard Dawson get some love on the steelbook. He has a very fun role in this movie if you haven't seen it. No art on the disc, once again. For The Running Man, I think there's a lot of good here, but I don't think it gets to that upper echelon territory. I think this is an example, quintessential example of a very good steelbook. It's strong, and I'm really glad it got the steelbook treatment. And I like how it's back in the presence of people who might not have seen The Running Man before, because I do think it's a fun movie to watch. The next one that we have here is one that Disney sent to me early, so I can show you that steelbook as well. Where is it? Right here. This is a movie that I didn't like, unfortunately. It's Disney's Wish. I thought this was very generic, and to celebrate 100 years of Disney with this, kind of says a lot about how they celebrated 100 years. Like, at least this is not the fridge magnet steel books from hell. Those can rot for all of eternity. This is pretty for a steel book. Again, the movie just wasn't my favorite, but the nice one shot there, I think that looks clean and nice. The inside, we have disc artwork. Disney always does a great job with their disc artwork and how it looks original. And again, if Disney can put new images on their discs, I don't know why a Paramount couldn't or a Universal couldn't. But there's another strong image there on the inside. I like the basic imagery on here is going a long way. It's carrying it. It's not kind of overloading the steelbook with a whole bunch of gaudy crap. It's just like, hey, you want two pretty images? We got you covered. For this movie that kind of makes sense. So for me, even though I did not like the movie all that much, the steelbook, if you did like the movie, I think you'll like the steelbook. This is going in the very good. I think that's very strong imagery. I like how the front and back cover of this one looks so strong. But okay, here's where things get interesting, because there are a few of these that still aren't updated on Blu-ray.com, but I've been sent steelbooks from companies, and I've gotten a list saying that they will be in stores starting tomorrow. Walmart is the Wild West right now. Walmart is insane. They, I think some of these that I'm going to show off right now are already in stores. Some of them have not hit shelves yet. You never know, even though street date is a certain date, you never know if you're going to walk into Walmart, you're going to be at the right place at the right time, pick up some movies that you didn't even know were coming out. I think that's cool. It's kind of head scratching, but I like that. I like the little sprinkle of you just never know what you're going to get. I think the curiosity itch is always going to be in there. Like, hey, should I go to Walmart? I see a lot of people are picking stuff up that technically shouldn't be out, but we are getting it now. Some people are getting it now. makes me want to go. But this, I can't remember if this one is on the Walmart website or not. Let's double check. When I saw this, I got very excited because I am a big fan of Batman Beyond Steelbook. If it's showing up in the search history, that's not the Steelbook though, and that's not a Steelbook. Do they have it on here? See, if they don't even have the Steelbook on their website, that's just bizarre that it could just randomly pop in. Yeah, it's not on their website at all. Okay, so we're gonna do Batman Beyond Steelbook images because that's what it looks like. But it's on Walmart right here. Maybe it's not showing up because it's out of stock. That's probably what it is. But if I click on here, then it's here. So that's got to be what it is. It's not in stock right now because, hey, people like this show. Who would have thought? $50. I can't. I'll go back and see what the other ones were retailing for. But I like that Steelbook. It's okay. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, wow, that's pretty plain, honestly. There's no new special features in here, I don't think. It all came with that original set. And this set has been out forever. It's just in new packaging. It's never been out on Steelbook before. This one's going for $50. So let's oh shoot, I'm still on this one, aren't I? Okay. Let's go back and see what some of these other ones are going for. See, this is weird. You can get the exact same series for $36.34, but if you want it in Steelbook, you have to pay $15 more. That seems crazy. I don't know what this one is. Batman Beyond on DVD, $20. So you can't really compare that. I think this is the best one you can compare it to. The Steelbook just looks okay. I don't think it's shared. I think it popped into a different screen. So let me show you the Batman Beyond Steelbook right there. There it is. Batman Beyond. The more I look at it, the more I don't like it. And that hurts me to say because I'm a big fan of this franchise. But that is pretty bland and basic. I wish I could see what the back cover, what the inside looked like. But since I can't, I think I'm going to have to just go with my gut here and put. Am I going to do it? And is this going to be my first not good? I think it's fine, but it's not doing much. And especially with the $14 surcharge that you're doing for a Steelbook release, you can get the exact same discs not on Steelbook for $36. Yeah. I think for right now, it's got to go not good. And that bums me out because I love this show. But honestly, I don't know. I wish there were stronger graphics on here. I'll stop. I'll stop. Just kind of diarrhea mouthing stuff. Ian Lives, how's it going? I've been a fan of your TikTok for years now. Checking out on YouTube. Awesome. I want a lot more of my people over on the social media side to go onto YouTube because I really like going onto YouTube and doing longer form content. It's nice doing TikToks, doing that 1 minute, 90-second nice nugget of information, but sometimes I just want to, I don't know, share longer thoughts. That's for sure. I'm making exclusive videos on here too, so I'm glad that you found me, Ian Lives. Thanks for coming on, man. Let's see here. Next up, what is this one going to be? The next one that we have here is one that I get to show off in person. Warner Brothers also sent me this one. I like this movie. It's a good movie. I don't know if they're going to come out with a sequel or not. They've been talking about it for a while now. This is Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat, Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt. Fun sci-fi flick. If you've seen Groundhog Day, it's like that, but an action film version of it. I love Groundhog Day. I love that concept. The discs are just plain Jane text. That doesn't do a lot for me. The inside is pretty nice. Got the Tom Cruise, got the Emily Blunt. Once again, one more time. The Steelbook it's okay. It's not good. It's not bad to me. It's just your run-of-the-mill Steelbook. If you like the movie, it's not going to hurt your feelings at all. If you've never seen the movie, I don't think it's going to like make you want to spontaneously pick this one up. So for that reason, this is going into just the good. It's fine. It's a fine looking Steelbook. But next up, we have a line that kind of came out of nowhere, and that I think technically came out last week, and that's going to be these glow in the dark Steelbooks. I love glow in the dark Steelbooks. I have a couple in my collection before these came out. I had Nightmare Before Christmas, and I had Hotel Transylvania 3. But now I have two more to add to that list. I have Battlestar Galactica. Here's the front. Here's the back. And I do like how these got designed. All of the color is just popping out on the inside. I think that's a pretty cool way to go about it. I don't know if I love or hate just the blue glow-in-the-dark looking aesthetic. The Nightmare Before Christmas, the Hotel Transylvania one, the ones that I have that glow-in-the-dark just look like normal Steelbooks. If you didn't know they glue in the dark, you would never even try to do it. This Battlestar Galactica is from the 70s, 80s, right? 77. This is from 1977. I've never seen an ounce of Battlestar Galactica material. This was sent to me. And I think I'm going to make a glow-in-the-dark video just to showcase the best that I can the effects of the glow-in-the-dark ones that came out in the past as opposed to this line. Because honestly, these don't glow in the dark that well, especially compared to the other ones that I have. The Jack Skellington one looks great. The Hotel Transylvania 3, it's like that lime green jello looking guy. You can see that from a mile away in the dark. These, you have to squint and you have to like have it a foot away, a foot and a half away from your face. And you have to have your eyes adjust for like 10 seconds to figure out what exactly is going on. I was also able to get Godzilla vs. Kong, which I did not have in the collection for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. I do like the texture pops that, that's what's going to glow in the dark. So you can kind of see like, there's just like little bits that glow in the dark. The other two that I have are like full prints that, I don't know, they just do a lot. They do a lot of glow in the dark. This I was wanting so much more. It is cool how the front and backs of these glow in the dark. That is a nice touch. I was just wanting more. I do like in this one. I'll take the discs out just so you can kind of see. Okay, here's the front and back. And then here's the inside. All of the color in the world is on the inside. I do like that touch. And here's a WB one that actually does different things. Like, and you can't even see it. It's got the handprints of Godzilla and Kong. There's the Blu-ray. Here is Godzilla's right there. So I can really rank these two, and I think I like one more than the other, and I think one works better than the other. I think the texture pops in the Godzilla versus Kong one work a lot better than they do Battlestar Galactica. I will go as far to say I think Godzilla versus Kong is a very good. Battlestar Galactica is just a good. The other two are Fast X and Dune. The Fast X, I can see that whole X glowing very well. And honestly, this imagery looks a lot like the Icon Edition version that came out. Just I think that's pretty strong. I wonder if I can find the Fast X artwork anywhere on here besides just that big X. I don't know if I can or not. I'm gonna do some investigating really quick. And I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it on their website, at least, which is a bummer. Maybe if I look up Fast X Steelbook glow in the dark. If I get any more videos or images or anything, the answer, my friends, is no. I do not see anything opened up with Fast X. I do see Dune. I'll be able to share Dune with you. But Fast X, I think just because I can't see anything else, Fast X will be a good. Dune, I will show you what that looks like right now. Here and here. And Fast X Glow in the Dark right here. That's what that looks like. Again, this one's not blowing me away either, and there's a lot of real estate on the back of this Steelbook that's not doing a lot for me, if I'm being honest. That's a good image, but I think that image would look even better in color as opposed to glow in the dark. Yeah, I feel pretty confident in doing this one a good as well. It's fine. It gets the job done. But I think out of all the glow in the dark Steelbooks that I've seen, the Godzilla vs. Kong one does the best with what they have, with the glow in the dark tone that they decided to set with that whole line. I'm just going to quickly do Super Mario Brothers. I don't have it. I decided to get the Superstar that Walmart originally came out with last year. I really, really wish re-releasing this Steelbook makes sense, but make a new Steelbook, like, give me a reason to double dip on this movie. I hate this Steelbook with a passion. I did when it came out. I still do. It's a terrible Steelbook. I will just say it. Just a mushroom, front and back. I cannot give it even a not good. There's so much visual pops that you can choose from in the Super Mario universe. And the fact that you just do black background with a freaking mushroom? No. This will not stand. I cannot do it. Sorry. Not sorry. You should have done better. You should have done better, Universal. Sorry. Have I seen the 4K Steelbook for Killer Clowns? Yes, I talked about that earlier. The artwork looks great. I know who did the artwork too, and I don't know if I can announce that. So I think it's why it looks so good. What year's Battlestar? I already answered that one. The textures on that one look cool. Yeah, the textures are the glow in the dark bits, and it does help. But I think it pops more on the Godzilla vs. Kong than it does on the Battlestar Galactica, at least in person. This next one that came out, or it comes out tomorrow, is of the Lost Boys, and not just the first movie, the Lost Boys trilogy. I've only seen the first one, have not seen 2 or 3. But I will say right off the bat, like, there's a lot of real estate here that's just not taken. And if you have like bite marks, emboss them, do something. There's the back here. Here are the discs. Again, not a lot of positives I can say. At least the first one has some images on it. The other ones are just not doing much. The inside probably has the best imagery out of everything, but there's 3 discs blocking it. So I don't know when you're ever going to take all 3 out, but that's the classic image from the first movie. But if I'm being 1,000% honest, I don't know if 2 and 3 are good. If anybody has seen 2 or 3, let me know in the comments if they are good or bad or just kind of whatever. I wish that this wasn't as generic as it is. I think this is a pretty lazy release. The inside saves it from being a complete loss. But for me, this is just a not good. There's so much you can do with vampires, and you've got the 2 Corys in here. Kiefer Sutherland. There's so much good that you can do with the Lost Boys, and the fact that that's what you did, nope, can't do it. It's a not good. What is a good, and what is a very good for the community, is that they are re-releasing Oppenheimer. And I am so happy for people who did not get their hands on this and that did not pay $80, $90 for scalpers to finally get their hands on this sucker. I love this Steelbook so much. I think this was my number 8 or 7 Steelbook of last year. There's Oppenheimer front and back cover. I still love how there's debossing on the title here. You can see it as such right there. There we go. Every single disc has a different image on the inside. Absolutely love it. And then the inside here is another pretty damn important scene to the movie. Boom. There's not an ounce of this release that I am mad with. So for that reason, you already know where I'm putting it. You can come to, you can jump to conclusions before I can put all of it away. I have this one in a nice Malco Protector hard case. I want to make sure that this never gets a scratch or ding on it for the time that I have it in my collection, which will be forever. For me, this is an easy amazing. This is going to the tippy top right there. In the last Steelbook, folks, we've gone through 25 Steelbooks so far in exactly an hour. Look at that. We're making pretty good time. I don't know what that is per Steelbook, but I think that's pretty dang good. About like 2.5 minutes Steelbook, 2:10 Steelbook. Last one we have. Another re-release. The Batman. Pretty strong Steelbook. When this came out in the States, it had 2 different versions of the Steelbook. I like this one better than the one with like Battinson in a question mark on the front page. The image of the Riddler on the back here, again, very, very strong. Warner Brothers putting a little bit of effort into their artwork on their discs. The special features probably has the best looking of the bunch. Can you see that? There we go. When I show this to you, it's like mirrored on my screen, so that always messes me up. And then the inside is fine, but again, like I don't put a lot of care into the inside when there's 3 discs covering it, but it's just the Batmobile and Battinson. Not the best, not the worst, but you're showing the Batmobile. I think this release is either a good or a very good. Somewhere in the middle there. Something in the way. Let's do... Is it a good? Is it a very good? Is it a good? Is it a very good? Is it a good? Is it a very good? I'll go very good. But that could change while we rank them. And let's waste no more time. Let's just like rank all of these suckers. And here's where it gets hard. I think American Psycho is without a doubt the first that I go with. Creature is going to move down. I already know this. Hell or High Water I like better than Dread. Shivers or Dread? I think I like Dread better than Shivers, even though that imagery is so just striking when you see it in person. That Steelbook really shines. Oppenheimer has got to go, God, higher than Hacksaw. Okay, Creatures at the end. Even though that image is great, the back and inside are just okay on this one. I really like that Event Horizon, but I think it's going down here. I think I like that. I think ranking all my amazings, that's how I would rank them. And again, if you hopped in here late, I added 2 dreads on here. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now on to the very goods. I think Little Monsters is going to stay where it is. I think Dragon Slayer is going to go second. I think if Amelie is just like the biggest question mark because I don't know what any of it looks like for the rest of it. So just for that reason, I'm going to put it lower on the list. I really like that imagery on that Suzumi Steelbook. So yeah, 3, 4. I think that's... I'm going to put it at the bottom just because I don't know what the rest of it looks like, but I think that's a pretty good ranking for the very goods as well. Onto the goods. Kickboxer should stay where that is. Aquaman should go down more. Rick and Morty. I think I like Edge of Tomorrow better than Rick and Morty. I think I like Fast X and Dune better than Battlestar Galactica. Dune was kind of boring. No, I'll still do this. I'll do this, and then I'll do that and do that. There it is. there is the ranking, folks, for March 2024 Steelbook releases. We have a good month on our hands. Let's kind of live in the moment. Let's be appreciative of what we have here. Either you have some of these in your collection and you already own them, so you don't need to pick them up, and that's great. Or you don't have them, you've been looking for them, or you just started collecting and you got to have some amazing heaters added to your collection. Very, very cool to see. I'm excited for this month. I think there's, even though I showed off 18 of the 26, there's still a couple that I want to pick up for myself. So that should be, a couple more are going to get added to the collection for me for sure. Ian has heard nothing but terrible things about Lost Boys 2 and 3. I'm assuming is what you have. You should get the Steelbook, especially while you still can. Who knows when this one is going to get sold out, Ian? I would definitely pick up Oppenheimer. It's a very, very sharp looking Steelbook in person. Same with American Psycho. I would pick up American Psycho. If you don't own that, yes. Out of every single release that's getting released this month, that is the one that you should get if you don't have. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But I think that's going to do it for tonight. We went through these picks pretty dang quick, and I'm kind of happy with the time that we did. Thank you everybody for popping on this live. I love ranking these. I'll try to do every month these Steelbook rankings. I've done them since October of last year, so this is like 5-6 months of me doing this. I enjoy doing it quite a bit. If you want to go follow me on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, you can. I don't think I have anything else to plug. Listen to the podcast Boutique Talk. I guess that's the last thing. We've had some great guests on there. I have some really good guests in the wings for future weeks too that I can't wait to announce when they come closer. But yeah, thanks again for popping on, watching this. And until next time, I'll see you. Bye-bye.